up, guys? John's Moto Garage. So I'm sitting in an IKEA parking lot. This is like the ultimate sketch, cliche Craigslist deal gone awry. Meeting in a sketchy parking lot solo to look at a motorcycle. It's the FZ07. This is the bike I looked at the other day, but I didn't know it had been dropped and laid down until I got out there. So the price I had gone in expecting to pay, I wasn't going to pay it since the bike had been dropped. I went home, thought about it, and sent him a new offer, which we went back and forth on, and he ended up agreeing to it. So let's check out the Moto, and hopefully it pans out. What's up, guys? John's Moto Garage. Here we are on the FZ07 that I checked out the other day. I don't know what's up with people and their clutch levers. These things, the way they're adjusted, this was the last bike I bought was like this too. Anyway, we're on the FZ07. This is the one I looked at the other day, and the dude hadn't told me that it had been laid down. So when I showed up, ooh, got that back tire squirrely. The first thing I noticed when I showed up, I'll show you guys here. Yeah, this should be a fun bike to try doing wheelies on. That's why I'm buying it, so I can try doing wheelies. Anyway, I'm not gonna beat it up, but let me show you guys here. So when I first, you can see this. This is the first thing I noticed was that. Little this here. And how's it going? Oh, a little scuff here. So it was clearly down on its side, and that wasn't in the post, so big turn off right away. But I sent him another offer a few days later, and we came to an agreement. It's got shorty levers, fender eliminator, kind of likes to lock up, all that good stuff. Nice clean looking motorcycle. I rode one of these a long time ago. I actually helped my buddy sell a red one of his. I think I need to put some air in the tires, but yeah, it runs pretty dang good. So I got to meet up with him a third time to get the title because he forgot it at his house, but I had his girlfriend send me a picture of it. Alright, I guess you can't come in here. Let me check this rear tire. Oh yeah. Alright, you guys are back at the house. Let's unload the Moto and see if we can get a quick ride in. And oh, this thing looks like it's going to be fun. I'll give you kind of my impressions and everything on the bike. I'll be the first to admit, not a huge fan of the color. This seems to be one of those colors that either you really dig it or you don't. Always surprises me when manufacturers decide to do these types of color schemes, just because there's such a, I don't know, it seems like it really limits the market. But you know, it's not horrible, and could be worse, I guess. But if you dig it, then it's super dope. But let's get the bike off the truck and take her for a run. Gonna do a quick spin. I didn't do a real thorough run initially on the bike, so I already adjusted these levers. I dig the adjustable levers, and these ones definitely needed adjusting, at least for my liking. Alright, so first impressions, from what I remember on the FZ09 that I bought and sold a few months back, this one is definitely more user-friendly. Right off the bat I can tell, not as torquey, not as twitchy, so definitely going to be a lot more user-friendly for your new rider. I need to throw some air in these tires, but going to see if we can get the front wheel up in the air, so I figure I'll leave a little low air in the back to get that traction. Seating is very comfortable. You got the mid controls. Doesn't feel like super cramped. Whoa, bro, stuff, that was dangerous. Doesn't feel super cramped. It does not feel aggressive at all, and I'm pretty sure this is just your stock stance on this bike. Yeah, it does not feel aggressive. I remember the FZ-09 right off the bat, the seat felt like it really kind of pushed you down into the tank. I don't get that feel so much on this bike. I definitely need air in the tires though, because this thing is mushy. This will not be a long ride. We have to go pick out Christmas stuff. Shifts smooth, accelerates very smooth. I just feel real squirrely on this back tire since it's so low on air. Alright, let's try 0 to 60 real quick. Oh my gosh, you guys see that? I did not expect that. So that was just a quick 0 to 60. Now that initial takeoff, if you guys noticed, I actually got the front wheel up in the air. That was just powering on it in first gear. Totally unexpected. My feet were on the ground, so nothing crazy happened. But yeah, this thing definitely has enough power to be fun, but not like the FZ-09 where you feel like you're gonna kill yourself if you just barely accidentally crack on the throttle, you know what I mean? We're gonna try a little wheelie sesh. Whew, yeah, no problem getting that front wheel up in there. Yeah, so this is second gear, just barely slipping the clutch, and that wheel comes right up. So the way it's geared, even though it feels way less torquey, it doesn't seem to have any problem. This is in third gear. Yeah, third gear, front wheel. I mean, I'm just literally, this is my first ride on the bike, but you notice that in third gear, barely slip the clutch, that front wheel comes right up as well. It's kind of busy this time. I don't know what the heck's going on. So I think this will be a good intermediate bike to learn wheelies on. We got a 5.0 coming down here, so I'm gonna take it easy, because I always want to take it easy on this stuff. But yeah, this is gonna be like the perfect bike, I would say. Definitely a good starter bike. Cops follow me. 20 bucks says this cop follows me. So far, so good. I'm digging the FZ-07, aside from the fact that the Policia seems to be attracted to this bike. Maybe it's the color, I don't know. We'll see. If he turns down here, then I guarantee he's looking to get me. See if he keeps going. Okay, he kept going. Close call, you guys. Close call. So I would love to get some time behind the wheel and see if I can figure out these wheelies for sure. And that is kind of why I bought this bike. I think it's a good step up from the DRZ. And this thing is so quiet, which I like too. The DRZ is like wicked loud. This thing's very, very quiet. So I dig that. Feels very lightweight. Yep. I think it's going to be a good good bike to kind of transition onto the street. And again, I just got my Honda Grom in October, and so that's the first bike that I like learned to wheelie on, as far as like having a clutch and actually hitting balance point and all that. So I'm not a wheelie pro by any means, but I'm trying to work my way up. Yep. So there you have it, you guys. The FZ-07 first ride, first impressions. I definitely think it goes in line with most of what I've read online, as far as the FZ-09 being a lot more aggressive, twitchy, better for your experienced rider, and this one being a lot better alternative for somebody just getting into it. who wants to have a fun bike. You know, you can get the front wheel up with ease, but it's not over the top. I feel like I would compare this bike to your typical pet dog, where you can play with it, have fun, roughhouse a little bit, and it may nip at you a little bit from time to time, but it's never really going to hurt you too bad if you're not being abusive. And your FZ-09 I would compare to, you know, that grizzly bear movie where the dude hangs out with the grizzly bear? It's not a matter of if, it's just when that thing is going to strike. But yeah, so far really digging this bike, much more than I anticipated, honestly. I don't know, a little scared. The idea of hitting balance point and really like rolling it on this bike is definitely scary, but it was on the DRZ too when I first bought it. That's just how it is. It's a new bike, it's foreign, doesn't feel super natural. Alright, you guys, John's Motor Garage. Hope this is insightful and helpful for some. Do as I do, not as I, or do as I say, not as I do. Wear gloves, you guys. This is very not smart on my part. Alright, you guys, John's Motor Garage. We'll hit you up on the next one.